Hello my fellow book friends. Today I'm going to be filming my July wrap-up. I know I didn't make a booktubeathon wrap-up, but I'll be showing you the books I read in booktubeathon today. I read, drumroll please, 19 books this month. I know that amount is absolutely insane. Never done that before. 10 of those books were mangas. I'm still gonna count the mangas because they count as books on Goodreads, so yeah. Let's just get started because obviously there's a lot of books. The first book I read this month was Broken Hearts, Fences, and Other Things to Mend by Katie Finn. I rated this book a 3 out of 5 stars. If you guys didn't know, Katie Finn is another pen name for Morgan Matson. Morgan Matson is one of my favorite contemporary authors. This book is definitely different from her Morgan Matson books. I still enjoyed it, but I just wasn't really surprised by some of the plot twists because I kind of saw them coming. There's a lot of hints for certain things. Definitely a fun summer read, but it wasn't absolutely amazing. The next thing I read was actually a play, and I had to read this for my AP English class, and this is Pygmalion by George Bernard Shaw. The play My Fair Lady was based off of this book Pygmalion, and I thought this was actually pretty interesting. It's about this person, Professor Higgins, and he likes different dialects and studying them. He meets this girl named Eliza on the street, and she's this flower girl, and basically she's really poor and she wants to learn how to become a proper lady, so she goes to Professor Higgins and basically they teach her how to become a proper lady. I rated this like 3 out of 5 stars because it was actually kind of interesting even though I had to read it for school. Alright, so now we're on to the booktubeathon books, and during booktubeathon I read 10 mangas. I don't have all the mangas because I had to return all of them to the library. I only own one of the books in the series, and this is number 5. I read the Kitchen Princess series. I started and finished it in about a week, and this is such an adorable manga series. If you love cooking and cute, adorable romance novels, pick up this manga series. It's like my favorite. This is about a girl, and once her parents die, she's in a really sad state. And this boy comes along and he offers her flan, and it's the most delicious thing that she's ever tasted. She makes this vow to herself that if she ever sees this boy again, she's gonna make him the most delicious dessert ever. So then we go into the future. This girl goes to a cooking academy and she is trying to find her flan prince. Very cute, really awesome, a lot of feels. I love the artwork as well. Please pick up this manga series if you're any remotely interested, because I guarantee you will love it. Next book I read, you guys might be a little surprised, but this is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I also read this during booktubeathon. So story behind this, I have not read the 4th and 5th books in the Harry Potter series. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it this summer. I went ahead, read Goblet of Fire. Is a huge chunk of the book, but I read it. And it was awesome. Loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. The movie definitely does not cover everything that happens in this book. I'm currently reading Order of the Phoenix, and I have about 200 pages left of that. Next book I actually started in June, but I finished in July, and this book is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This book was absolutely freaking amazing. I had a lot of feels towards the end. The ending is probably like the best part of this book. It is the best ending I have ever read. I'm not even going to begin to give a synopsis for this book. I will link a review to someone that has a better explanation for what this book is about if you're a little curious. Gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. The world is amazing. The characters are amazing. This was brilliantly written. There's so much character development. It's just so good. Definitely going to be one of my favorite books of 2014. The next book I started in April but never finished until July. This book is Viaternity Cured by Julie Kagawa, and oh my gosh, you guys, the ending of this book was absolutely insane. I'm hesitant to pick up the next book because I don't want the series to end, and 2, I really am not emotionally prepared to read it because it's gonna have a lot of feels. I feel like this series is definitely underrated. More people should definitely read it. Don't be afraid of the fact that it is vampire books. They are so different from like Twilight or anything. It's just a great vampire dystopian. I love it so much. The first book definitely reminds me a lot of The Host. There's like a lot of similar things, so if you like The Host, you will like this series. Give this one a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next book I actually started in February. This book was Splintered by A.G. Howard. This book has almost everything. It has a great world, some great characters, it has the feels, it's funny. I just think that's everything that I could possibly want in a book, and it also has a gorgeous cover, and the ink is actually purple, which I think is really cool. It's very interesting. I really enjoyed it, but I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars because it did take me a little while to finish it. The next book I read was Silver Shadows by Rochelle Mead. This is the 5th book in the Bloodline series, and if you guys are unfamiliar with the Bloodline series, it is a spin-off to Vampire Academy. This book was amazing. If you guys have read the 4th book, The Fiery Heart, you guys will understand why I needed to read this like immediately. I waited until midnight for this book to come out so I could get it on my Kindle. I rated this one a 4 out of 5 stars, and I really don't think of the idea of this book was very original. This book has almost the same exact plot line to Origin by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's just with different characters, and I felt really sad because I really did not like Origin. It was the 4th book in the Lux series. If you guys have read both Origin and Silver Shadows, I would be very interested in discussing it with you. That is it for this July wrap-up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I hope you guys have a lovely day, and until the next time I see y'all, happy reading!